everyone. I just wanted to make a quick little video, but probably condense a little bit of information that I've mentioned in other chats for a reminder that's pretty specific, and then I'll elaborate a little condensed. So I'm just going to quickly draw that and that. So we're in here at the center of the circle, being we are sovereign energy beings, and the center line is heaven to earth. We're here temporarily visiting earth, doing what we can to live this energy field of us to resonate more of heaven whilst on earth. So how that looks in everyday life is, and throughout our lifetimes, is this sphere we have means we have this 360 availability. We're not just linear. So in the horizontal, we've had a mindset that we are physical and we go along doing everyday life. And in that timeline of life, our sphere will get caught up in what the soul is meant to come here and do, go through an experience of expansion through light and dark. So learning from the dark, growing wiser out of it. Now, what I want to get specific on is how we do that. And because we are a chakra consciousness, which means we have different levels of consciousness to evolve through, when we get caught up in this timeline of horizontal life, our different chakra consciousness, so our physical ones, can take on thought that has to do with what we've been through. So the lower consciousness that we are, it's our consciousness use. It's like what our thoughts magnetize to. So if we've been through experiences that have weighed on this chakra physical consciousness, so things that have happened to us in relationships, it's our physical world experience. These things stay in our consciousness, and so we magnetize and we feel heavier carrying on through the timeline of life, instead of reminding ourselves and reminding each other as a higher light network. Many of us here as heaven on earth, networking at this higher level to pull each other up, hands to hands, or, pat on the back, or, helping someone up. Like at the moment, homeless people, I'm doing a support fundraiser with Orange Sky. So various things we can do that say, in this timeline of life, we're going to find ourselves down, but it's our light network of our higher consciousness, really from the heart level, that we use to help each of us come up. So what we can do for ourselves is accept that the lower chakra consciousness, which is also the whole circulation. So the first three are more physical. So it's your relationships, which is everything, like your connections, but it's also your relationship with yourself. So the relationship with yourself says, in the conscious awareness I have of being here in this visit on planet Earth, if I've experienced trauma or various heavy feeling emotions, they may be stuck in my energy field. Now, the recommendation is, don't go through life thinking because you feel it physically that is life for you. Instead, you raise your consciousness in like the lighter network, which is people who have been through these things, and people who you resonate with on some level that you want to listen to see how they got through the experience, to keep raising your consciousness out of it into more continuation in the timeline, heaven on earth. So we need to accept when we get stuck that if we're feeling heavy and we feel different things and we notice we're repeating these things, we have to be able to step out and pull ourselves away from this usual density with some light network connection of others on the planet, with that relationship with ourselves to connect to our spirit more, our higher spirit, which is connected at our chest, our soul. It's part of our whole field if we let it. So we become aware that our energy field could feel physical, could have ailments from the past, could still be in relationships in the daily environment or regular environments that will keep reminding you of how you physically feel. So you actually have to step out and make some changes. And that's where meditation, introducing different spiritual practices, helps you build that relationship with yourself, that you are higher consciousness here. So my biggest and best recommendation for what I found is probably the most heaviest point, because I did the raising of my consciousness, the research of higher consciousness, connection with others that have been through things, that I'm interested in the same things, and expanding on it, not just sort of narrowing it down to some things, but keeping an open mind and expanding, which is why I have many teachers on my website, teresasawareness.com, because there's many of us that have been through things and we keep opening through this timeline of life, helping the light consciousness raise and helping more people. So getting back to condense this down now, is there comes points when we've gone through things and it feels so heavy that we can't see a higher path clear, and we keep coming back down to these things. You must face that. Because it's physically part of your history, you have to keep going on telling yourself, I must raise my consciousness at every angle. So when life seems like you're in the midst of change or something, and you don't have anything to depend on that was familiar to you, you still have to do the work of the simplicity of, yeah, all this is going on and I'm changing for a reason, because heaven on earth says I come here to get through experiences for light expansion. So it's like light at the end of the tunnel, light at the end of what feels like heavy moments in the day. Remind yourself of the light. And so every single one of us has that opportunity at any moment. And make a list if you need to, or just walk through the heaviness with the list in your heart that says, I'm going to notice more things to enjoy, to appreciate. I'm bringing in any moment heaven through me, through my 360, my sphere of light consciousness. Because a lot of the mental energy on the planet has kept us stuck in the lower on repeat. Because money isn't answering everything and money has created more battles, this becomes battle consciousness against each other. That's why it's really important at the moment that, like heart consciousness is the thing. And it's been growing. So there's not a moment that goes by in the day where you can't use the fact that you're still here. You're not here to suffer. Branch out and listen to others. And this can become more like your aspect, looking out to life constantly. Forgive my pens, I need new ones. And I need a new whiteboard rubber. I can't take out my flow waves there, but I like them in the background anyway. But we can become more like streams of joy focus, and that's what we attract, because essentially we are light energy. And that's governed by law. It is law. Love light is universal substance. So you're looking for joy, you're going to attract it. But it's the interior, it really is the heart perspective, that your joy can look like anything, and you'll stand by that. Because the battle consciousness has kept us thinking we can only, enjoy joy on the weekends, or we cannot do it through the day. But there is always a balance going on. So we must be the ones that say, for instance, in a work experience, I'm getting this work done for you, but I'm not going to do it unhappily. So if you see a smile on my face, or I'm glancing out the window for a moment, it's not that I'm not getting the work done. I am actually more productive. So I think a lot of managers and things understand that a productive nature is when people are happy, not robotic, which is just another example of focusing on joy in any moment is our birthright. We are heaven, bringing more heaven to earth. So, those that are stuck in life has to be, work. What do you seem to be enjoying yourself, or why are you enjoying yourself like that, So you have to kind of stand up for that balance of, I'm here to enjoy this life experience, Okay, that's what I really needed to get out of my system. I didn't condense it as much as I thought, but delivered a lot of information in that 12 minutes. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy it. Bye for now.